Practice here for a couple of days, then we played a dual match against Mississippi. So we knew that the tournament was going to be here, and we had high hopes that we'd had a chance to make it, and wanted to have a little experience being on the courts before. So it was a good opportunity for us.
How is the scene? I know it's still early, but how is the scene different here compared to when you guys were last night?
Well, I think it's a lot more festive, and everyone seems really ready to put on a great event. And so that's pretty exciting. When we first came down here, they didn't play our fight song as we were walking into the building, so that's a little different. But I think they have a lot of people working hard here and put a lot of resources into this, so we're excited to be here for sure.
Sorry.
Little more love bugs than last time, too. I don't remember the love bugs being out the first time we were here.
So obviously a phenomenal season, but a tough loss in the Big 12 championship. How do you kind of frame that as a positive and to kind of give you guys a little extra motivation to make up for that here?
Yeah, I think that was done, but it seems like a while ago now, because we did play 3 matches since that match, in the NCAA tournament, the first 2 rounds, and then we had the Sweet 16 match that we hosted. That was a good outcome for us against Cal. So I do think in some ways that helped, but we had a lot of respect for Baylor. We knew they were a really good team. It's going to be tough to beat them, multiple times in a row, and they just played a little better than us, and the guys were pretty motivated after that. They still had the Big 12 regular season championship, so that was a positive. We got to light the tower, which is a big deal on the Texas campus, and just got back to work, and they're ready for this.
And going back to the Super Regional, you guys had a nice 4-0 win against Cal. I think it was the first time ever that the schools have hosted the Super Regional. So what was that? What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, that was great. Well, it's great if you're one of the 8 teams that make it, that's for sure, because it's always a thrill to get to the final site. But I think there's a certain thrill in just advancing from one weekend to the next, regardless. And so once we were able to advance through the first 2 rounds with our win over South Florida, that was pretty exciting. But then I think it was a good idea. It certainly made sense to have 8 teams at the final site instead of 16, because now the round of 16 match is played kind of in prime time in front of a big crowd and on 8 different campuses, and so it was pretty exciting. I guess 8 different campuses. 8 different campuses. Yeah. So it was great for our home crowd and great for our seniors to have one more opportunity to play a home match at their facility, and it worked out pretty well for us.
And you guys took on TCU about a month ago, April 6th.
Yeah.
Got the win. So how do you preview this matchup coming up now? Have you faced them once already?
Well, it is the exact same lineups that we're going to play against each other in singles and doubles, and usually there's 1 or 2 little tweaks to the lineup. Somebody moves their singles lineup 1 or 2 spots, or somebody moves their doubles, and this time it's identical. Right. So that's unique. But our guys are pretty familiar with their guys, and their guys are pretty familiar with our guys. It's just going to come down to who plays better and who competes better, and we'll see. The better team tomorrow will win.
Christian, I just asked Coach about playing TCU for the second time, so the exact same lineup's going to be coming out again. For you personally, your singles and doubles, how do you anticipate that's going to go?
I think it's going to be very tough all the way around. Last time we lost the doubles in what was one of the worst doubles of the year, so I expect us to play better. But then we turned it around in singles and won 6 singles, which doesn't happen that often. So I don't think we can expect to win 6 singles again tomorrow, but for sure that's the main goal. But yeah, I think everybody has a good chance.
And playing at the top of the lineup throughout the year, any particular matches that stand out to you?
I would say the TCU match, actually. I played a very, very good guy, Alex Rybakov, and he's been doing great his whole college career, and that was a high-level match, and I came out on top. So yeah, I felt good about that one. But I mean, when you play one, you're always gonna get the other guy's best shot in the other schools. So it's always a challenge playing one, but it's also why we play.
And I think you guys played Ohio State twice. Obviously, that's way ahead in the final. But just curious, having played them twice, what's your take on them and what makes them so good?
They just bring a lot of intensity. They have very good doubles. They've only lost 2 doubles points this year, and one of them was against us. So they're just good up and down the lineup, and they don't have a weak spot. And I think that's kind of the same thing with our team. We don't have a weak spot where it's like, okay, we're going to lose 5 every time, we're going to lose 4 every time. It's like we're going to win almost every spot every time. So that's our mindset.
And I would add to that I've seen Ohio State a lot over the years. Before I came to Texas, I was in the Big Ten for a while, And so I've seen what makes them special. It's exactly what Christian said about this team, but I think in terms of their program, they're very, very consistent in terms of the way they approach each match and compete in each match. You're never going to play Ohio State without an unbelievable competitive effort. And that's really one of the things that I have had in the back of my mind for our team this year. And this has been what's made us special this year. We've been very consistent in the way we approached each match and the way these guys have competed. So, but had you not asked that question, I wouldn't have even thought about Ohio State, because we've got a lot of work to do tomorrow before we can even think about advancing for one more match.
And last one for me. So Big 12, you got a ton of, I think everyone's in the top 30. To end your season with that slate, just playing all those tough teams in a row and then into the tournament, how does that prepare you for the finale here?
Very well, yeah, because we play very good teams every time we play in the Big 12. We're going to get a terrific competitive effort. There's great players, great coaches, and there's nowhere to hide. And so we've been through that, both in the regular season and the tournament. And we've also played a good non-conference schedule, so I think these guys are ready. But I think all 8 teams who have made it to the quarterfinals are ready. They've all played great schedules, but we're certainly not lacking in that department.